house, so I had to change my strings today, so I figured this would be a good chance to talk about setting your pickup height. So as you can see, I got my strings off. Here's my pickup just hanging off to the side. And I'm going to show you in just a sec. So our pickup height is going to come from this plate, right? And the height is set by these 3 screws. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you how adjusting these screws changes the tilt and height of this plate that the pickup is going to sit on. All right, let me zoom in and we'll get to it. One quick thing I forgot to mention, we're going to be needing 2 things. We're going to be needing $1 in quarters and the Phillips head screwdriver. All right, let's get to it. All right, now that we're all zoomed in, I'm just going to give a little demonstration of what these screws do. So when I turn clockwise, you can see it's tilting up, and counterclockwise we're lowering it, and that's going to be the same for each screw. Right, so once we get the pickup in there and we're setting it up to the string height, it's just going to be a matter of trial and error, getting these screws exactly how they should be to have a uniform distance from the strings across all 10, and of course from both sides of the humbucker. All right, let's get the pickup screwed in, and then we'll get the strings on.
2,000 years later.
All right, so we've got the pickup screwed in, and just a word of advice, we don't want to screw it in all the way just yet because we might need to move it in a certain direction based on where the strings are lining up. So we'll leave that just a tiny bit loose for now, but at least all the way pressed against the plate. So let's get the strings on now, and I'll be right back. Whoa, man, I got those strings on quick. I think that was a record for putting on some steel strings. All right, so just a reminder, y'all, if you want to learn some cool tunes or some sick licks, come on over to my Patreon channel, patreon.com/pedalsteel. But this video is going to be out there for everyone because every steel player should know this kind of stuff. So as you can see, we got the pickup in place. It's kind of even. I might move it just a little bit this way to get the pickup in line. So let me do that. Loosen these up just a little bit. Okay, that looks perfect. Let me get a little shot from the top. Try not to make you dizzy. All right, so you can see how it lines up perfectly on each side. That's what we want to watch out for. Okay, let me get this screwed in, and then we'll talk about what those quarters are for. All right, pickup's nice and snug and in place. First thing I'm going to do is turn counterclockwise, right? Unscrew it a little bit to lower the plate. Hopefully you can see that it's moving away from the strings. Okay. Now I'm going to take those 4 quarters and I'm going to put 50 cents on this end, and I'm going to put 50 cents on this end. All right. So now I'm going to adjust these screws that the strings are just touching in the front and back, right, on these 4 strings. Okay. So it's not quite as simple as just screwing it in till it raises up. It does take a little finesse to get it in the right spot in each place. Okay, so this one's touching, this one is touching, but you can see this one isn't, and this one isn't. Hopefully you can hear that. So I need to raise this side up a little bit. So we'll give that another couple turns. Maybe I'll lower this just a little bit because we don't want it pushing up on the strings. That's just about right. I think maybe the front needs to come up. So we will screw that in. This side's a little too high. All right, I think we got it, right? So the quarter's just barely clear under everywhere. All right, so that way we know it's even across all 10 strings, right? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so that's pretty much it as far as adjusting the height. It takes just a little bit of tweaking around. But yeah, so I'm not sure the exact height of 2/4 stacked, but that's what we want to get with our pickups. Too far away, you're going to lose some of that pop and sparkle. Too high up, it's going to interfere with your picking, right? So 2/4 is just about perfect. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly. We just want it pretty even. All right, that's it for this video, and I will see y'all with some more licks next week. Bye.